Anytime, especially in the summer and the spring, winter as well, it's good for you to get outside and do some movement, get some fresh air, reconnect. It will work wonders for your spirit, not, your body and your spirit. But some of the ways that people can start doing is something that I teach, which is movement moments, right? Because we know that 80% of how we look, how we feel comes from food, but the 20% comes from these other things: our ability to move, our mindset, right? It comes from the people we're around, things like that. Those things make up that 20%. The body was never made to sit. It was never made to sit and not do any movement. Now these studies are coming out showing that sitting is the new smoking. It's the new smoking. So even if you ain't going outside to take a break, you're still going to die just by sitting at your desk and skipping over your break, right? Wow. So the body's not made to sit, right? What happens when you sit, though? I think understanding what happens inside of the body is one of the things that needs to be understood. Your valves, the blood flow in your body, and not just blood, lymph fluid. And lymph is the key, right? People look at blood flow to the brain and things like that. And yes, you need those things, but you have twice as much lymph fluid in your body as you have blood. And when you're someone who's at risk for things like cancer, it's your lymph system that gets stagnant and allows cancer to set up and proliferate and do all these things. And so when you can get the lymph fluid and the blood flowing at the same time, you're stepping into that place of wellness. And that doesn't require you going to a gym. That doesn't require a gym membership. It just requires you to move. I don't care if you're doing arm raises for 2 minutes during your lunch break. I don't care if you're doing squats for a couple of minutes during your lunch break. Just move. There are things you can do no matter if you're a 400-pounder, if you're bedridden 600 pounds, you can still move your arms. You can still move your hands up and down. Just begin to move. Now, this not only allows that lymph fluid to start moving, but it also allows your mind to change, to say, I really can do something. I did something today to move myself closer to the wellness that I desire. And that really is what it's all about. It's not about coming out guns blazing. How fast can you run? How far can you push? How much weight can you lift without dropping it on your face? That's not serving humanity. It's not where we're going right now. People just need to move, right? They just need to get to a place where they've got these moments in their day, every day, that they can actually move. One of the things that I learned that I thought was very, very powerful, and I highly suggest if you're watching this, you go and get one. It is something called a rebounder. And it is that tiny little trampoline, the one little circle trampoline. Mm-hmm. They cost about $30, $20. If you go on Craigslist, you might be able to get one for $10, right? And I can't believe people are selling them, but it is a rebounder. One of the things I learned about rebounders is 7 minutes a day, just 7 minutes a day on a rebounder moves your lymph fluid and gets it circulating in such a fashion that cancer can never set up.
Wow.
Just 7 minutes a day. One of the most powerful things I learned was that they would take patients who were bedridden with cancer, right? Take them out of the bed and sit them on the rebounder and actually just bounce their shoulders, just get some motion going. And they were able to come all the way back from being bedridden. So this is something very, very powerful that I think people overlook, and that doesn't require a gym. Right. It just requires you getting on the trampoline, and for the first time you get on it, your feet do not need to leave it. You just need to pivot your toes up and down. That's all you need for 7 minutes. And I think people have to understand the little things that we have around us before we go tackle this big gym and things like that.